Welcome to Fusing the Unfusable. Today's episode, we really have somebody very special. Armando Saenz. Welcome to the show. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you, Kareem. It's been great being here in Dubai and a pleasure to be here to be a part of your show.
Amazing. Armando, let's get into it. The story of how you helped bring Apex Fusion to life is with your investment and your vision is really beautiful. Could you share it with our listeners?
Sure. I've been a long time Cardano sort of supporter and investor, and I love the tech and I love the people. And it's been great. But what happened is when this idea came to me, I thought it was exactly sort of what Cardano intended to be, or what it intended to help, in the sense that it's open source. And this was an idea that would bring blockchains together. And I thought that was a pretty unique and special opportunity. So what we're aiming to do here is to bring the UTXO and EVM worlds together. And I think we've put together a very special network to get that accomplished.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And maybe tell us a little bit about how you met the team and Jerry. And you've mentioned it to me, but I wanted to share it with the listeners.
Sure. Basically, over time, just different Cardano summits and stuff like that, I've gotten to know a lot of people in the ecosystem. And I've met several of the current team members throughout those meetings. And I would call them additional sort of interconnectors. You know, you meet people who know people. And in particular, I think it was Consensus of 23, where Jerry sort of brought this idea to me, and I thought it was incredible. We really hashed it out over coffee on the sidewalk in Austin at Consensus one time, and I listened to him sort of give me the broad picture idea, and then I told him, this has to happen. And then so we got together and he introduced me to the rest of the team. And then we met in Zug in Switzerland and we whiteboarded the whole thing out. And then here we are. We're about to launch.
It's an amazing story. I'm so excited to be part of it with you guys as well. So let's jump into it. You're an active investor in crypto and you use stablecoins. Why are stablecoins so important to ecosystems like Cardano and Apex Fusion?
Well, it sort of depends on what your niche is or what you're doing in the ecosystem. But for someone like me, having stablecoins is it's as necessary as oxygen. You have to have it if you're going to use the tooling on chain. And in Cardano we're working towards that, and we've made strides, and there's more coming. But it's been challenging because I think stablecoins are, they say it's the oil that makes the engine move, and it's very true. My ability to do more is facilitated when there's significant stablecoin liquidity, deep stablecoin liquidity, and with off-ramps, with KYC off-ramps that... to me, that money is a tool, and DeFi is a tool. And to be able to use that tool effectively, you need a pretty significant amount of stablecoins. One of our aims at Apex Fusion is to bring significant liquidity that is probably going to come through the EVM side. And then hopefully some of that filters over to Cardano, because we'll be bridged everywhere. So that's the hope, but I think honestly, stablecoins are very, very important.
Really crucial, and we're seeing it now as well with what's happening with the new administration, the U.S. They're really focusing around that and trying to sort out the regulations.
Correct,
so
and we want that. We want regulation. We want rules. We want guide rails. We've taken the approach at Apex Fusion of having the most legally compliant structure that we could put together under the circumstances, and we've done that. It's very robust from a legal perspective, on purpose and by design. And we want structure, and we want regulation, and we want to know what the rules are, so we can all follow the rules.
And we at Apex Fusion like to say we're compliant from day one.
Yeah, we're compliant by design, and when MiCA is is activated, and if FIT 21 passes, we should be in line with all of those rules from day one.
So we've obtained a resolution from the Swiss regulator, and now we're focusing on the European one, which is MiCA.
Correct. Yeah, we have documentation from Switzerland that basically dictates that we've done things correctly.
Amazing, exciting. Armando, people are curious. Let's get a little bit personal. You're a doctor by profession, and your passions are, as I've learned, longevity, health, and crypto. And we love that about you because we actually learn so much from you whenever we're together. What did you use while you were a doctor? What did you use or discover or adopt as a mantra, a management mantra, while you were running your medical company that you still strongly believe in today?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was lucky that I fell into being able to both practice medicine and to run a business and to grow a business, and it was very fulfilling for me on both sides. As far as growing the business, I think there's lots of things. Obviously, it's a complicated engine to make things work. You have to obviously have a good idea, be able to scale the idea, sell the idea, and monetize the idea. Even in medicine, my mantra was help the patient first, no matter what. But then it's okay to go out and try to make it economically, better so that you can grow.
Sustainable as well.
Correct. But I would say my favorite mantra was, or my favorite specific target was, as we started growing, because we grew from under 10 doctors to over 100. And as we started growing, for me, culture was super important. Sort of a culture of winning and a culture of treating each other well and as good as possible under stress. So for me, culture was important, and the culture mainly not only of treating people correctly, but also of this abundance mentality. Teams like to win. Teams like to go and be better and all that, and to get that culture going is a really fun thing, and it requires a lot of win-win situations. And a lot of times, unfortunately, in business, there's wins, losses. I win, you lose, and that's one way to do business. I prefer win-wins, and I try to structure those as much as possible. And I think that what people will find, I hope, once they look at our network and start tinkering around in it, is that there's power behind the way you design things so that everybody wins. And we hope we've done that.
Yeah, that winning culture and positivity is very infectious. I can tell you that from a personal standpoint. So, as a co-founder of Apex Fusion and one of the investors, what are your aspirations for Apex Fusion in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's a great question. I think big. And I hope big, and I try to manifest big. I don't think small. And so for me, it would be incredible if over the next 5 years we brought down the barriers between different blockchains, and we became a point of unity between them all. I think that there are benefits in different blockchains for different reasons, different networks, and I think that using all of them together is stronger than trying to individualize each one's sort of benefits. So my hope is that we bridge the UTXO world, including Bitcoin and Litecoin and Cardano, Argo, to the EVM world. And we use the robustness of the Bitcoin network because, it is king. And we use the liquidity and the ease of programmability of the EVM side. But there's a lot of benefits to the EUTXO model that I don't think are well known yet. And I think that in the future, when we have more real world stuff on blockchain, I think the EUTXO model is going to prove to be very resilient and very good. What we need to do is bring the worlds together so we can have ideas where both sort of different parties talk and cooperate and build things together. And I think that's the reason we built this. So, and then, I hope that it helps. I think the Cardano community is a great community. I think they do things for the right reasons. They're not, when Lambo motto kind of people. They're more like, how do we help the world and save the world kind of people, for the most part. And I really appreciate that. And one of my hopes behind the main interconnectivity part is that it helps the Cardano community prosper. Is the hope.
Yeah, I love that. I love that about Cardano community. As you know, I'm a member of the community and banking the unbanked and all those ideas. And we believe that with Apex Fusion, we're going to make that happen, right? The other thing that I love about what your approach, and I commend you for it, is this idea that you want people to be able to earn a living, even operating a node or call a validator, let's say, or a stake pool. And I think that's really great, because we want people to prosper. We want them to have sustainable lifestyles and to contribute.
Yeah, I think one of the things about crypto, and obviously it's still very early stages, even though people, we've been in it for a long time, but I think one of the things is people either of the mentality where you build and build and build, and then you realize you can't even kind of pay your bills, or the bang and you're trying to like make a huge multiple or whatever. I think there's a very healthy and happy medium. The way we've put things together is that on our network, we hope everyone is able to sort of have sustainable financial models, just to have a business, just to have a business where you can have a longevity and a treasury, fund yourself through bear markets, etc. We've put pretty robust buckets into the foundation to support this, and my hope is that people, and not only that, but I think because we're very similar to the smart contracts on Cardano will function very similarly on our network. I think people can have two storefronts as well, and I think that's beneficial for everyone.
Yeah, it's really exciting to bring those two worlds together that have been kind of separated, siloed, let's say. We come from the outside in, I guess from the inside out, and then back now in with Apex Fusion, and hopefully this wisdom and this idea we have of bringing them together will create some magic. 2 + 2 shouldn't be 4; it should be maybe 10. It's really exciting to be part of that and to see as right up as we are about to launch, right?
Yeah, I think people are going to come up with ideas we haven't even thought of. I think that there's ways to help or benefit the EVM side, and there's ways to help and benefit the UTXO side. And I think we're right in the middle, and so we're primed to be the facilitator, we hope.
Yeah, I mean, I like to say we're in the stone age of crypto because we're so early, and we're tinkering around with boulders or with things, but the bicycle hasn't been invented, and the turbine and the aircraft, but it's going to go quick. We know it's going to go quick, but we need to kind of do enough work so that these innovations can happen. And in fact, that's what we're trying to do, right? Bringing these two platforms together, connecting them with our tri-chain architecture. We believe that this is going to be a catalyst, let's say, for some new stuff that comes out, but we're not sure what yet. We have some ideas, but you never know what's going to come out, and that's really exciting. We're about to launch in the coming
weeks. Days to weeks, and we have some high hopes, and it's really exciting to be on the journey with you. I'm really happy that you joined us on the show. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks.